It's good to be alive, huh? Just waiting for the juicy people to come into the space. Oh yes, here we go. Are you ready? Let us all unite with a big inhale into the heart and exhale with sound. And take a deep breath into your belly and exhale with sound. And take a deep breath into your delicious, sexy bits and exhale with sound. It's good to be alive, huh? It's good to be alive.
I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, yeah.
Every time I love it so much. Check out Victor Nilsson from Lemon Squeezy on YouTube. I am Shaft Uddin, and this is I Love My Life podcast. Oh, yes. It's good to be back. My mission is to find world peace through intimacy. So there's no more blaming and shaming between men and women, but transparent communication and co-creation. And I live in Sweden. Sweden from the outside looks like the promised land, but this country has the highest number of singles, and a more tragic statistic is 1 in 4 people die alone in their apartments, which means loneliness has increased more than ever before. And I'm here to be the savior of Stockholm, the savior by bringing in the power of Tantra to the masses, to help these people, these individuals, these highly successful individuals come together and connect with themselves and then each other. Oh yes, it has been my mission and my passion, and it's working. It's great. We're all coming together due to this. Like, we are the lucky ones. We are the 1% who are actually seeing the freedom that we have and utilizing it for connection. We are going to be using simple tantric wisdom to help heal ourselves, each other. It is our responsibility to heal ourselves so we can finally come home to the earth and realize we've got to take care of ourselves, each other, and the planet. Because she's the one that raised us. I mean, it's all great and well wanting to reach Mars, but this planet is a bit of a shit show. It's like, this toy isn't working, let's get another one. You might as well fix the toy you have and realize that it's amazing rather than chasing the next planet. In this video, we'll be talking about the initiation, the safety in the world of Tantra. Keep on watching, and if you're finding value in the stream, please do give me a heart, give me a wave if you're on Instagram, if you're listening, share this with your people. And if you are watching on the good old-fashioned YouTube, listening, smash that like, subscribe, and turn on your little bell notification. Because I'm here every day. Sometimes. So this episode is the finale of my Sacred Sexual Awakening series. So what is Sacred Sexual Awakening? Just to have a recap, it's a method and a practice that I created from 7 years of studying. You need 7 years to become a doctor or an architect and a professional in a place where you're saving lives. I'm saving life with my work. So this is what I've been doing. And I love this job, this ability to show up every day and share these wisdom, this knowledge, this innate wisdom that's already inside of us, and giving you just a bit of a framework about the human condition to tell you that it's okay. You are amazing as you are, but there's always great ways to upgrade your system. It's like getting the latest iPhone and then the iOS doesn't work on some apps. We need to upgrade. Times have changed. For example, if anyone's watching Netflix's She-Ra, Princess of Power, created by DreamWorks Studios, which is the most powerful female empowerment video documentary cartoon series ever made, and today is National Women's Day. I honor you and support you as a divine masculine, and I was deeply in my divine feminine for so long. Identified myself as a lesbian trapped in a unicorn's body. Yes, that was me as a wow man. I am now a man, and I honor you, I support you, and I'm here for you, and I celebrate the women in my life. I've got mum tattooed on my back. So back to times have changed. Why it's important to build safety, initiate ourselves into the world of Tantra. Quickly back to She-Ra, Princess of Power. Back in the 80s, it was a normal cartoon, cousin of He-Man. But now, it is the most incredible LGBTQ friendly TV show I have ever seen. I was hysterically crying on the season finale of She-Ra, Princess of Power. Wow. Catra and She-Ra made out. Fuck me, that was amazing. I mean, the mummy issues on that TV show is so deep. So deep, it's insane. 2 gay dads, everyone looks like they're out of Burning Man. I'm gonna cry. Oh my god. If you haven't watched the most powerful female empowerment documentary on Netflix, you gotta watch She-Ra, Princess of Power. I mean, they've got a massive gay unicorn, pegacorn. It's the best. I'm very happy that society has caught up with gender fluidity and there's positive role models for children about sexuality. It's amazing. I love it. So everybody who's joined me in the chat, so let's have a look who's in. Zoram joined, give you a wave. Malin Vinder Studio, give you a wave. Vento Cat, Saif, Zengai, Days of Self-Love, Take Me to La La Land, nice to see you. Sex Coach Rose, babes! Nice to see you, Sex Coach Rose. Simba, different Simba. Anna Eden, nice to see you. You're all getting little waves. Let's have some engagement in the chats. So today's episode is all about the initiation session of Sacred Sexual Awakening, which is basically how to feel safe. Yes, safety is the number one thing in all of these tantric practices. How can you create the environment where you feel safe, where you could relax your nervous system and then become multi-orgasmic and have all the orgasms in the world? Anna Eden, hello, nice to see you on the gram. Let's see who's on YouTube. Got a like on YouTube one day. I've got 3 people watching. It's funny how 7 million views, and I just got an extra million on my yoni massage video on another person's channel, how that is exploding, and I have got hardly anyone watching my stuff. It makes no sense, but I keep on moving forwards the masculine way. I keep on giving my broadcasts here, these podcasts every day. I am showing up to be in service and to help as many people possible with my wisdom that I have invested a lot of time and money into. Tantra. And everybody who's been watching the I Love My Life podcast, well done for making it this far. So now it's your turn to step into your power. I'm going to give you the tools on how to actually create a safe environment so you could be a multi-orgasmic Shakti. It is National Women's Day. So during this full power ritual, you'll learn how to hold space. Yes, you step into your power. How to dance between the masculine and feminine. The energy of Shiva and Shakti. How to be a giver and a receiver at the same time. Yes, it is the flow of energy. You are not just one thing and another. You are everything. So in martial arts, you have the defense and the attack. You got to be in both to beat the opponent. You got to defend and then strike. In dance, there's a lead and a follow. In BDSM and conscious kink, there is a sub and a dom and a switch. In science, there is the left brain and the right brain. In spirituality, there is love and logic, the head and the heart. In Tantra, there's a head, heart, gut, and sex. There's a few more elements that we take into consideration because, well, our stuff is about the body and sexuality, which is the foundation to why we're all here. Yes, it's called procreation. Every single species on the planet is hardwired to procreate so we don't fuck ourselves over or not fuck ourselves. So, the energy of giving and receiving. I work in the LGBT community. This is why I referenced She-Ra, Princess of Power. And this is why I cried hysterically when Katra and She-Ra kissed. Because it's like two of the main, the baddie and the goodie, came together because they overcame their mummy issues together. Oh, I love it so much. Please, if your children haven't watched She-Ra, Princess of Power, it is a 7+, so they got to be over the age of 7 to watch it. I highly recommend it. If you're an adult in the female empower industry, please watch it. If you're a priestess or a goddess or someone who identifies themselves as Isis, check out She-Ra, Princess of Power. It's fucking amazing. So, the Shakti energy, the LGBT community that I've been in, we flow between each of the energies. It's mastering your inner masculine and your inner feminine. It's mastering your left brain and right brain. It's mastering your love and logic. It's mastering, that is everything inside of us, the divine balance, the masculine and feminine. I use the term Shiva and Shakti because my background is educated in Tantric Hinduism. Shiva. Shakti. Ooh. So when you master these two spaces, and this usually happens from a somatic integration of giving and receiving, and I've discussed this in my other videos, we dive deep into the unknown where anything is possible. From you basically design the experience that you want in a session. Anything is possible, from your darkest fantasies to your deepest desires. This is a co-creational space where both our boundaries are expressed to see how deep we want to go. Oh yes, safety is my highest priority. So this really allows us to be as wild and as free as we like. I can only initiate someone into this ritual who is basically able to say hell yes or no. There are no maybes in this type of practice, especially when it comes to sexuality. This is why we had the hashtag Me Too movement. You need to be very clear and transparent with your communication and be very strong by having healthy boundaries and consent. Remember, consent is sexy. The key to sacred sexual awakening is a key to having healthy boundaries. So this is how to create safety. To do something in the moment and then to regret it later, you need to take responsibility for not tuning in your body and expressing it at the time. And this comes with time. Some people take a lifetime to master this and get traumatized over and over and over again to the point that they don't know what they want in the end, which is a full disconnect from the body, mind, and spirit. This is one of the most deepest problems we have in modern society, especially in the West, where we don't have a framework on how to build safety, how to say yes. We're not taught in schools, in sexual education, how to have healthy boundaries, how to say no, but most people had to say yes, and how to ask for what we want. We're walking around making assumptions every single day and not expressing our truths. And yes, there is expressing your truth, but when you express it to someone else, it might not be their truth at all. And you need to understand where each other are coming from and be okay with having different points of opinion. We could be on the same planet, but in completely different worlds. And this often happens with men and women. And I've seen this time and time again, where a man has had the most amazing experience with a woman, and a woman has felt that they have had their boundaries overstepped because the man didn't see the non-verbal cues. I'm afraid life doesn't work with non-verbal cues, and yes, a lot of people in my community are clairvoyant, and yes, we are a little bit psychic, and yes, we can read body language, but you're only ever going to feel safe in these bubbles. If you're outside of the bubbles, it's a different world. Not everyone is trained in embodied practices like Tantra. So we need to really teach this in schools. We really need to teach how to say yes and how to say no. From a young age, we need to learn how to create a safe space for us to expand. We're going to go into more of this in a minute, but we've got George M saying something in the chat. There's a lot going on. Let's see what George M is saying. Hi, I have a question about the previous video. I found having no agenda very difficult to give an example with women. If I saw... let me read this properly. I found having no agenda very difficult to give an example with women. I saw a beautiful woman. I approached her sometimes instantly, so no agenda from the beginning, just enjoying female energy. But sooner or later, thoughts came into my mind about having sex, so I call this agenda. Having no agenda is equal to no state. Easy to say, hard to do. Yes, it is. Similar with the fine balance between intent. I could talk about this in a second. When you have a conscious decision to act with a goal in mind, materialization with thoughts, freedom of the outcome. Okay, no goal and no agenda. How do you manage having no agenda? Okay, I will tell you this right now. So the question is, how do you approach someone you like without an agenda? It's called non-attachment. So every single woman I meet, every single woman I have a sex magic ritual with, I actually don't think I'm ever going to have sex with this woman. Even though the term I'm going for is sex magic, in my community, sex is a billion different things. It's not penetrative sex. So when I go for a sex magic ritual, we create a safe environment. So we check in with each other saying, what is our intention? What is our fears? So we already talk about our fears in this interaction. What is our desires? So we already talk about how we want to be touched, what we actually want to experience. Then number 4, the question is, what are your boundaries? So, I might not want to have sex with this person, no penetrative sex, or I just want to surrender and receive. So I don't want to kiss. There's all these things I might not want to do. Or if the energy feels right, I might say, I would love to kiss. But they also might say no. So you've got to negotiate your boundaries. And when I'm doing a sex magic ritual, if there is going to be sex involved, I would say, do you have any STIs? When was the last time you were tested? Have you had unprotected sex since? All very clear and transparent. And the final question is, what will this interaction mean to you? Which is basically, what is your expectations? What is your agenda? So what I found with the rules of engagement, this is what these questions are, the rules of engagement. 6 questions. What is your intention for this relationship, this connection, this sex magic ritual, this massage, this skill swap, whatever it is, this business, because I run this program in my businesses that I run. So what is your intention for this XYZ? What are your what are your fears about this XYZ? What are your desires? What would you like to do in this? It's like a menu of stuff what you'd like to do. What are your boundaries? And that's infinite, which fucks people over because they don't know what their own boundaries are. Hence why we have the #MeToo movement, and it affected a lot of people on the planet, including myself. And what do you have any STIs? So this is something not a lot of people talk about, but it's just one of the basic things if you're going to live a sexually liberated life in a sex positive community. It's just, foundation, be healthy. And what will this mean to you? What are your expectations type of things? So what does that look like in a situation? So let's say I meet a beautiful woman, and in fact, let's talk about the initiation. And then I'll strip it back from a session to what it is to experience this in everyday life, because not everyone is a sacred sexual Jedi or sacred sexual awakener or runs a business doing this stuff. So, as an awakened man and as an awakened woman, if you're coming into a space where you are connecting on a sexual level, and you want to create a universe and you want to experience galactic orgasms or whatever you want to experience, or go into dark, deep fantasies, knowing that the other person's strong enough to hold you if something goes, if you're triggered in any way, there's a trained therapist at hand. It's a beautiful place for you to grow, but you need to create safety. So let's say I'm with you and we go into this initiation, a tantric initiation. And basically the tantric initiation is for you to step into your power, to fucking grow some boundaries. I don't know what my boundaries are. Well, you're going to have to figure it out. You're going to have to listen to your body and figure it out, because later on you might regret what you did because you didn't pause. You didn't take time to listen to your body, because your body's screaming out to you. So let me explain. This is you. That's you. This is you. And let's say this circle around you is your comfort zone. This is the life that you've been living. It's safe in there. You're doing the same thing over and over again. There's not a lot of growth. So if you push your boundaries a little bit, and this could be like just learning a new language or learning a new skill, you're pushing your boundaries, then your boundaries are a little bit bigger. So now you've got a bit more space to grow and a bit more space to play. But when it comes to something sexual or something a little bit more risky, if you push yourself too much, you jump out of your comfort zone and you go into trauma. So the space you want to grow in is to pause and breathe around this fine edge, this fine line of your comfort zone. And this doesn't have to happen in one session. It happens in many sessions over a long period of time with someone that you trust, where you have clear communication. To all of a sudden go through some months down the line and go, okay, that doesn't feel right. And then all of a sudden you project all your traumas onto someone. That's not fair on the other person because you never said anything in the moments. And it's all about expressing yourself in the moments. Also, you do need time to process, but you also need to not play the victim. You also need to not play the victim and say, they did this to me, they did that to me. Remember, if you're still using the term, I feel used, they used me, you are a disempowered human being. The female empowerment movement taught me that no one ever uses you. You allow yourself to be used. Let me say that again, because this is important. I need you to understand this. The victim mentality of a disempowered woman and a disempowered man is, they used me, they did this to me. No. You didn't have the power and the confidence to say no. You had every opportunity to say no, but you didn't want to upset the other person's feelings. And no one ever uses you. You allow yourself to be used. So it's creating safety, taking time. This is why Tantra is the most beautiful path to enlightenment, to creating a reality that you want to live in. I live in my life is outrageous and I document everything. And it's getting more and more outrageous, and anything I think of, literally anything, comes true. And this is something I have to be aware of, because every time I think of something bad, that even comes true as well. So you've got to be careful about what you're thinking about. So what does an initiation and a safety environment sound like? So what is your intention? Let's say we're doing an initiation. My intention is to hold space for you to expand and to go deep into your process so you can step into your power and let go of any limited beliefs. And then the other person will say what their intention is. So what would be your intention? We could play this game together. What is your fears? My fears is for you to not be able to say no. To regret something that you do now later on. So my fear is for you to not tune into your body and take your time to listen to your body and express your desires. That's my fear. What is your fear? My desire. So what is your desire? My desire is to use my sacred sexual Jedi abilities to hold your body, move your body, and squish your body. Use my man strength to crush you, to manipulate your body so you surrender, so you can't even think, and allow your body to release the stress and trauma that's already inside of it. But also, my desire is to receive as well. I would love to feel your power. I would love you to not hold back. I would love to see you in your wild woman. Because there is a beast inside all women. You've been domesticated for too long. It is National Women's Day. Happy National Women's Day, everyone. And then what is your boundaries? So let's say if it was in a session, I wouldn't want to have sex because that's another session in itself. Check out my VIP coaching. But I wouldn't want to have sex in a session like this. So for me, no sex, no kissing. I'm like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. I don't kiss in a session. And remember, I'm talking about my sessions on sacredsexualawakening.com. So no kissing, no sex. It's all very clear and very transparent. But I would love for you to feel pleasure from my body. So use my body for your pleasure. I would like to see you utilizing and enjoying this body. This is healing for me because I've been feeling very undesirable recently due to the amount of rejection I've had from women. So when I feel someone wanting to use my body for their pleasure, it helps me overcome this trauma that I have around rejection. So there is all this somatic stuff going on psychological, physical, and spiritual levels. And their boundaries is whatever their boundaries is. And in this session, I can be naked, but it's up to the person who is in the ritual space with me, if they want to be naked as well, and if they want me to be naked. So it's a negotiation. The next question: when was the last time do you have any STIs? When was the last time you were tested? So what does that look like? So when was the last time I got tested? It's on my Instagram. It was in the summer. Have I had unprotected sex since? Yes, I have. They were with regular partners, and they all had unprotected sex. They've had unprotected sex, but with regular partners, so everyone's clean. And everyone's test results are fine. And I've never had any STIs in my life. But I will be getting a test at the start of the summer. Again, I always get one for start of summer and end of the summer. And I will, and that's my sexual health. Sexual health is super important, by the way. Sexual health is so important that it's one of the main and highest priorities in any sacred sexual awakening thing, because we need to feel safe. Again, we create the safety that we want to live in. If you're having unprotected sex and no one's had a test and no one's talking about it, on a deeper somatic level, your nervous system is a little bit, am I going to get pregnant? Am I going to get AIDS? Am I going to, you're not going to relax fully because you don't really know what's going on. Yes, there is a bit of a thrill and a kick behind having unprotected sex with a stranger, but I really don't see that. I'm like, yeah, what's your STIs? And I like to relax in this type of stuff. So yes. Sexually transmitted infections, STIs. Final questions. What would this mean to you? Expectations in a way. So I've been in lots of situations recently where I've had sexual connections, and I've used this, and I admit to it, to have a relationship. Like, I'm using these to find love, to find a deep, meaningful relationship. The women aren't, and we say from the start, I'm actually going there with no expectations, but on a subconscious level, I do want a relationship. But I go there with no expectations. In these sessions, on the other hand, what will this mean to you? I'm here to hold space for you, and I would love to see you grow and blossom, and I'm here to support you if there's any triggers or anything like that. So that's me as a professional practitioner. I'm here to serve. That's my expectations. On a personal level, I go there with no expectations. I know I've just contradicted myself, but here's how it works. I go there with no expectations because I'm not attached, but on a subconscious level, I would love to have a relationship, but I'm not attached to that. So that's how it works. Someone is saying, quinoa, Kenaya, I vote for naked. Good, well done. What is a good relationship from your perspective? That's a beautiful question. Let me just tie up this little initiation, creating safety. So we create the safety by connecting in a safe environment. And then, in the end, we basically have a conscious uncoupling. We use this space to disconnect in a conscious way. I call it the relationship ritual. And this is where you both sit opposite each other and you share gratitude. So after a sexual experience, you say what you were grateful for, and the other person says what they're grateful for. You visualize bringing back your own energy, so you're not attached to them. And then you say the secret magic words: what's mine is mine, what's yours is yours. I release you. So that is an initiation. That is how to not get attached. That's how to create safety. 2 simple tools of creating the universe you want to live in, the rules of engagement. You go into the space, express your desires, don't suppress your desires, and have a closing ritual with a sharing. That's how you create safety. George M is saying, very good answer. I think this is responsible in a tantric sense. Maybe harder in an interaction with a regular woman when you first meet. Yes. So this is important because I'm living in a city now and I'm not doing the practices that I wish I could do. It's just very hard now. It's hard to live a tantric life and to forge a relationship with women, because the women are like the dudes here now. They're all pretty much emotionally unavailable and they're so independent that they don't want to be in a relationship and they're just not showing up. It's difficult and challenging, but I have faith in women. So the requirements, what is a good relationship for you? Why are requirements to get, what are the requirements to get into a tantric life? Okay. A good relationship. Let's go into that. So can you use these tools on normal people? Yes, you can. Everyone actually is open. If you present these tools as, hey, you want to play a game? I've done this with people who can't even speak English. And they say they really respect and appreciated the rules of engagement because it created a safe container, especially with boundaries and intentions and everything. It just brings a bit of consciousness to connection. So for me, a relationship is a school and a playground for 2 individuals to grow together, to play together, to love each other, and to co-create with each other. So I'm longing for a partner or 2 partners to create a business with. Like, my business is to be myself. I love showing off now. I love inspiring people to be the best versions of themselves. I know from my history prior to November 2019 that the relationships I was in gave me the most amount of peace and growth in my life. I used to live with my partners, 1 or 2 or however many people, and we used to make love and heal our traumas through lovemaking, because let's face it, all of our traumas are sex-based. And what does that mean? Someone somewhere did something to us that affected us, that affects us in such a profound subconscious way that we don't even know the patterns that we're going into, that we can't even forge decent relationships with our current partners, past partners and future partners, because we haven't figured out how to heal ourselves. In relationships, in a conscious relationship, in an initiation, a tantric ritual, we go into these spaces and go deep into the somatic level, the body level, so we could get the shit out of our body, relax our nervous system, and reprogram ourselves so we don't go into the thought patterns again when we're triggered. So eventually we won't get triggered anymore. So when the thing that used to trigger you, which is basically triggering your muscles to go like this, and you shorten your breath and you go into fight or flight, it just doesn't affect you. There isn't an electric charge in your body anymore. So that's the beautiful thing about having a relationship, growing together, seeing your relationship as a school to grow and co-create. I love my relationships because I've had the most healing relationships for the last 10 years, where I'm able to go deep into process, play, have fun, be the juiciest people, and have way more sex than I would ever have in a normal relationship, because I get so fulfilled in my relationship that people just get so drawn to me. And then I'm having not just one healing session with one partner, but so many healing sessions in my own personal development that I become a walking deity, that I actually become a god. And I've had, like, people only experience these in ayahuasca retreats or some kind of Vipassana or something like that. I've had this for long periods of my life, 6 months, 1 week, however long the relationships last, where I'm a living deity. Like, I could just think of something and it appears. And if there's two of us thinking about the same thing, it appears like 3 times, 4, 10 times. Like, you are living an exponentially abundant life if there's 2 people who are dreaming the same dream, rather than me just doing all the stuff. So that's a relationship. It's a co-creational space. That's why my mission on this planet is to find world peace through intimacy, so there's no more blaming and shaming between men and women, but transparent communication, shared vulnerability, and heaven on earth. And that's the life I live. I've developed this. I've got my community now. I've been harvesting this through the winter. I've been planting the seeds. I love my body. I love myself. Yeah, yeah. That's right. We actually all sing this. I literally brainwashed everyone to love themselves. I brainwashed everyone so they could step into their power and take lead and become space holders. Yes, I did it again. I've become another cult leader where I'm telling everyone, hey, I'm not a cult leader. Can everyone else just do everything? And then we could just all grow together. It's actually the Burning Man mentality. Who volunteers to take charge? Okay, great. Who's really good at editing? Great. Okay, I'm just going to chill and show up and be myself. And you're going to do that next week, and you're going to do that next week, and you're going to do that next week. Okay, great. It's running a big corporation, a culture, and living in enlightened states every day. Can you be sacred in the city? Can you be enlightened in the city? Yes, you can. So I'm signing off for now. Let's see what George M says. He says, thank you. A very good answer. I think this is reasonable context. Maybe. Oh, he said that. Thank you. Good. Very good channel. Found out about you after a nice time with one of your students, at least in Denmark. This is beautiful. George M says, thank you, very good thank you very much, very good channel. I found out about you after a nice time with one of your students, Elise from Denmark. That's great. Send Elise my love. She's a very powerful sacred sexual Jedi. We've got lots of people in the chats. Let's have a look. We've got El Kenwa, Quinoa, Style, Hatan, Donto Pachinko, Aggified. Haven't seen you in ages, babes. How's it going? Mary Hososo, Dakini Ray. Dakini Ray, do I know you? You sound familiar, Dakini Ray. I know all the Dakinis. And Zengai Mu, how can I overcome past trauma? Tune in and I will tell you, or you can check out my website, sacredsexualawakening.com. And we've got Sandra Fingers. George M is agreeing. Yes, very powerful indeed. Yes, her inner masculine is Thor. She developed that with this guy. Okay, so signing off. If anyone's seen The Swedish Theory of Love, I would love to be a sperm donor to anyone that is looking to start a family, lesbian couples and powerful women. I am your donor. And me and my community of the juicy entrepreneurs, we're looking for a house to create content and community. We would love to live by nature, so we are some very sensitive creatures and we're so open. So we would love to relax our nervous system away from all the hustle and bustle of town, but to be close enough to still go in and give transformational experiences and go back home and masturbate together. And please check out my online course, The School of Self-Love with Shaft Uddin. The link is in my bio on YouTube, Instagram, and in the descriptions below in YouTube. And if you're listening on podcasts, just find it out, discover it. Don't be shy. Check it out. I've created a complete digital course with the best tools that quickly help you to measurably improve your happiness. It is a simple thing that I'm doing. You can start using all of the techniques from the course immediately in your daily life and instantly see results. No complicated preparations needed, no tantric partners or anything. And the thing about Tantra is the foundation of it is to do it yourself. And in the course, I provide you the tools, and you get to learn how to find your divine purpose, how to connect with yourself and others, how to fall in love every day. This is still one of the practices. I need to fall in love and do one thing that makes me feel the warm, fuzzy sensations in my heart today. I still haven't done it. It's going to come. How to let go of past relationships, which is how to overcome past traumas, how to let go of your, and how to heal the connection with your parents, which is very important. And this is very important for the healing of this planet. It is your responsibility to do the inner work so you don't pass on your shit to the next generation, who are the defenders and the guardians of the planet. It is our responsibility to heal ourselves and make peace with our parents and our planet so we could have a life of love and freedom and ease. So this course is interactive and video based, so all you need is your smartphone and a bit of time. And I truly believe that with Tantra, we could cure all addiction with connection. We could overcome depression and anxiety by becoming present, and heal loneliness by finding the one, ourselves. Oh yes. I hope you enjoyed the Sacred Sexual Awakening series about what it is that I do.
I love my...
Oh, and if you found value in this stream, please click that like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the little ding-ling-ding. And if you're on Instagram, please save this and share it. Thank you so much for watching. And leave a comment below of your biggest takeaways. I've managed to reach 40 million people worldwide with my content. And I did the biggest self-love stunt on Talang, Swedish television. I take self-love and Tantra seriously. And I want you to take self-love seriously. And the way I want you to do that is a 21-day challenge. And that's simply to chant, I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, every single day. Every morning you wake up. And the way you're going to do that is, I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, with a mala, a bead, prayer beads. Every religion has one. Your parents probably have one. And do that 108 times for 21 days. See what happens. It's a simple thing. And it's basically reprogramming your subconscious mind. But you've got to feel it to heal it. And share this video with your friends if you know someone who is struggling. Someone who's suffering right now. Just send them these videos. I will talk to them every day here on my channel. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to help you say this rather than I hate myself. I'm here to say these words rather than saying I am not enough. I'm here to help you inside of your own little brain box say, I love my life, I love my body, I love myself, yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.